Retail media is having a moment really because of the integration of this new reality where there's new signals, there's new bridges, there's this modern toolkit of enabling brands to connect with customers. And as we think through this world where $55 billion is moving through retail media today, in a 3-year term, the expectation is it's going to be north of $100 billion, 20% annual growth rates. It comes down to performance. As we think through the efficacy of how these data signals are influencing behavior, it becomes a real opportunity for brands to bring forward new connections for customers.
What's new this year? What's driving this momentum?
Customer behavior is changing in a really massive way. And as we think about the role that retail data plays, the signal that can influence the entire programmatic stack, the new level of addressability that's happening in emerging channels, that's a huge component of it, as well as the role that retailers play as commerce publishers. And so we think about this opportunity as two very different experiences to influence. There's an entire experience within the publisher ecosystem within the retailer as more and more households are coming in and buying online. Most of the growth that's happening in the U.S. Environment, particularly within what we see in grocery, but it really transcends multiple industries. The growth is happening through e-com modalities. And that ability to connect with a customer, inspire a customer, drive discovery in an otherwise digitally constrained shelf is powerful. Making sure that we've got the right signals that are coming in and influencing the personalized aspects with the paid aspects to ultimately create this magic moment is what's important. At Kroger, we're seeing double-digit growth in e-com households this year versus last year. We're seeing higher basket value. We're seeing all these different instances where this discovery in this online ecosystem is critical. And the addressability. Using retail data signals as this layer across any particular addressable channel for brands is really powerful and really performant. For 2 years now, we've seen that we have the ability to use that level of precision at scale. We can deploy 51% fewer ad impressions and deliver the same sales impact for brands. That's a level of performance that has a layer of effectiveness tethered right into it. And that's the exciting journey that all of these brands are on.
So what are some of the best practices for creating a customer-centric, privacy-first strategy?
I love that question because if we are creating experiences that don't anchor in a customer problem, a customer need, an opportunity for a brand to deliver against, we're going to create noise. And we know that this industry doesn't need more advertisements for advertisement's sake. We need to make sure the efficacy of that ad is really influencing behavior. As we think through what the opportunities are, we talk about building capabilities that are audience-first, channel-agnostic, and science-driven. The audience-first component in there is really critical as we think about customer-first, making sure we've got the right compliance layers and commitments to customers that we have every single day. But that component on audience first means we have to change how organizations plan, how brands plan, how agency partners plan on brands' behalf to deliver against the KPIs that are most important. And with all of these changes and the kind of extension of these new signals, that's really causing organizations to change their entire design structure. Right, the organizational design components, which also feeds into the incentive structure that brands and agencies are getting rewarded against. And so all those things come into play, but it really does anchor in the consumer first angle where you started, which is making sure we're solving real opportunities and needs with a customer in mind.
And how do you see the future of commerce media as more brands start adopting this model?
A lot of people are using very varied phrases about the role of retail data and retail media, commerce media. We've fundamentally felt for many, many years that retail media is media, and ultimately it's influencing media in new ways. This modern marketing toolkit, this modern marketing playbook is really creating this new moment for brand to meet demand in powerful ways. And so that's where we think about the experiences that we can curate within digital properties, whether it's retail as a publisher or whether it's the existing publisher ecosystem that we can make more performant. That's what we want to solve for. We have been deploying campaigns in connected TV for years now. We're seeing an 8% incremental household lift, a 6% incremental sales lift. That's because we can bring this level of connection, human connection, through these incredible channels that are connecting with people. And ultimately, that's what advertising should be doing. We should be promoting discovery in really powerful, performant ways.
So we've had QR codes now forever, it seems. And why is it blowing up now? Why is shoppable video such a hot thing?
You know, not every industry is ready for the level of shoppability. And that's where I think we, as an industry, need to take a step back and we need to reflect on what it is that we're trying to get people to engage with. What it is within these moments of disruption that is going to create a moment which is going to influence behavior. In the moment behavior, or can influence behavior an hour later, a day later, a week later, a month later, but really thinking through the industry dynamics at play. For grocery, as an example, many of our baskets are built with 30, 40, 50 items in a basket at one given time. We have to be really intentional on the experiences that we want to create in a shoppable environment through connected TV, different from programmatic, different from social. And so I think it's really an opportunity for really thinking less about the actual placement and the actual kind of component that nests within on the experience that we're cultivating, but think about the end user that we're looking to inspire and engage differently. And QR codes are going to play a different role in different formats. And so I think this is an opportunity for all of us to lean into these new ways to connect with humans, but make sure that we're bringing to the forefront the experience that we're looking to unlock.